Party people in the place to be. Live from 58 Dream Street, we're James with Games. Happy Saturday, folks. Here we are. We are going back to Sennaar today. Cedric in the house. Welcome. Glad to have you here. Okay, just push my hair around a little and then try my best not to think about it anymore. Oh man, I was young once. I didn't think about my hair as much as I do now. I suppose it's because when my hair was extremely thick and long and lustrous, it was just like, whatever. I'll wash my hair and then I'll shake it out and then I'll look great. Oh well. If only I could have known. So here we are. Yeah, we're going back for round 2 with Chants of Sennaar, a language puzzle-based adventure game that I'm having a great time with so far and expect to continue to do so. The big challenge, I think challenge number 1 this week is going to be remembering where I was and what was going on. But I think I'll be able to pull that off. I think we'll get back on track. So I'm excited because, like I said, I really enjoyed this game with the time I spent with it last week. My microphone is doing the thing to an enormous extent, although now fixed. Great. Okay. I get some real Sennaar appropriate lighting on myself playing this game, even though I'm a few feet back from the monitor. But the colors are bold. So, alright, here we are. We're in the fortress. We validated 57 of the 186 glyphs in the game. So, I felt like I was around 25% of the way through last time. This suggests it might be a little closer to 33%, although a lot depends on whether the difficulty of puzzles and stuff ramps up as we go. The story so far, well, such as it is, this fellow, who you can see running in a circle right now, that's me. I'm calling him the Stranger because he's here in this strange land. He doesn't know the language, and we don't know who he is. Like many adventure, especially I think like contemporary adventure game protagonists, the Stranger awakens with no memories or agenda at the start of this game. And then as a player, you set about completing the quest, but it's not at all clear to me that the Stranger has any kind of quest. I expect, like many indie games, that this will build to an ambiguous revelation at the end. But at any rate, the Stranger awakens in this strange place called Sennaar. And in Sennaar, they have a strongly religious and caste-based society where they divide people into people who are at the bottom caste. One level up are devotees, so, the religious. A level up from that are the warriors, who also seem to be pretty religious. And then, above all of that, is God. God reigns over all. The warriors have turned on the devotees and have blocked them out of the part of Sennaar where, I guess, the best praying spot is. Because there's still a church in the devotee area, but they're not satisfied with it. I have snuck through the devotee area and got around the blocked gate. We're in the warrior area, and in fact, I'm partially disguised as a warrior. And, yeah. Cool. Let's play. So, yeah, okay, I remember now. This is a puzzle, obviously. But I haven't engaged with it at all. Let's see. What happens if I press A here? The Stranger knows not what to do. Is that the same for all of these items? Not going to take off that mask and put it on? Okay. I assume I can move this thing back and forth to put it in front of things. Yes. If I go out onto it and pull this, what happens? nothing, but we have a hamster wheel and a weight here, and the weight is clearly tiered off to a similar number of levels. And so, I'm assuming if I get on the hamster wheel, yes, that I can raise or lower it. And then probably when I pull that lever, the thing will rise or fall as necessary. So let's see. Level 2, level 3. I'm going to leave it at this level, not because I don't yet know what I'm trying to do. And yet, I do see one thing that could be something, which is that over here, it seems like there's a door. You know what though? No, there's no item interaction that comes up. Alright, I need to... Well, let me verify at least that I was right about how this works. Yeah. And then up here, can I do anything with this? No. Okay. So I need some insight into which of these items might do something for me. I could brute force it by looking at all of them, but this could also be a case where until the stranger knows, until I've progressed and hit some progress flag, I can't do anything. The scientist searches unreadable. So, we haven't met them yet, but we've learned that scientists exist and they have their own language. Okay. So the scientist searches the stars or something to help somebody or someone or something. Not sure what the implications of that are. Here's like an elevator. Let's see if I can use it and where it will take me. This might be the most challenging puzzle yet. The puzzle of just figure out what the hell was going on last time when I finished playing. Alright, the stranger instinctively reacquires a sword to complete his disguise, which is good. Hey, gentlemen. Warriors wait something for the chosen. The impure await death. And the scribe waits for the bottle. And then they laugh. That was a fairly simple puzzle that I've solved, which is that there's a scribe, and if you get a bottle of alcohol and leave it outside his door, he takes it and goes up on his roof to get drunk. And then you can search. So, one thing about this game is that it's gorgeous, eh? Really good color palette, really nice design. Even just like nice choices of angles. And I'm just kind of... Right now, this is a total wander because I don't know what that puzzle is about where I started. And I don't know if I can solve it now, and I don't remember what's going on. So I gotta keep looking. I have new glyphs here. Hello, Abra. Okay. Door open, close. But what could this one mean? I'm not sure. I've got a lot of glyphs in the warrior language that I haven't resolved yet. This I'm thinking could be moon, because we're obviously in an astrologically themed area. And this looks like it's got an orbit pattern around a thing that has an orbit pattern. Which, I mean, this might be sun. But perhaps I ought to look and see. Have I already found a sun? No. I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to say sun and moon. So, I picked this up on my Switch just because I saw it there. I think it might have been on sale. Or I might have just been like, to get this because I know I want to play it. As soon as I played it at all, instantly obvious that maybe I would have been happier playing with a keyboard because there's a lot of typing. But fortunately, Hey, Squeaky girl. Hey, Squeaky. Oh, hey. I got a new page in the journal. Let me open that back up. Oh, hell. Sun and moon are two of the symbols, and then bells is going to be the next one. So, whenever I get a page in the journal, the stranger is, he is on his own mental track of trying to figure this stuff out. So every now and then he does some sketches because he's like, I think I've got words that represent these things. And then, it's kind of like if you ever played Return of the Obra Dinn. If I lock in the correct answers for a full page, it will verify it. And then thereafter, I just get to see the translation. If I look in the telescope, I see the stars. That's intuitive. Is there anything over here? No. Obviously, I can see something glinting up on the platform, which I assume... Oh, hold on. First, look at notes. Ooh, there's a new glyph. I don't think it's bell ringer. No. So I'll take that away. But okay, so perhaps leader, because like there's a seal, there's a stamp. It's perhaps somebody's title. Something to do later. Okay. Oh, no. So this is an item interaction thing, which in fact might be revealing the nature of our puzzle here. It's a little sort of jaggedy kind of sun symbol type thing. Was there one of those up on the shelf back there? Well, only one way to find out. Just going a little jog here. Stranger's got good cardio, so he can handle these stairs a lot. I don't know why he would have good cardio. We don't know how long he was sleeping in whatever weird hibernation he was in at the start, but you would expect some significant atrophy in both his actual physical strength, but even his cardiovascular system. I don't know if atrophy is the right word for the... Well, the heart is a muscle. Yes, hello, Abra. Cat wants L-U-N-C-H, but it's not T-I-M-E yet. Okay. We've come all the way back here. Just to see if there looks to be a jaggedy sun symbol here, and there's not. So I'm no closer to... Stupinski, welcome! It's evening-esque here. Like, it is afternoon here, of course. But it's, we're having a storm today. So, it's very, very gray. How are you today? Okay. Well, I'm going to want something from up there. No closer to Stimpinski. I'm not sure I follow. Okay. Oh, yes, yes. I am no closer to knowing what this puzzle is. I know how to work the contraption. And I had a thought that maybe, because I found a spot where I need to put a jaggedy sort of sun symbol into a telescope, presumably to be able to adjust it. So I thought maybe that will be here, but it is not. So I don't have a clear sense of what this puzzle is. You know what? I might as well just try. I'm curious about the big slab there at the top right. So I'm going to hop in and give that a shot. But I think probably I'm back to wandering. Oh no. I also did some work today. because my first years had their big project due this week. And that meant that the things I needed to do for my upper year class, I just had no time to pay attention to them. Oh, I know, sweetheart, but it's just not time yet. No. No. Stranger doesn't have a clue what I want him to do with that. And like maybe I need some kind of implement from here. I'm not going to brute force it just yet. I will take a shot at learning what the puzzle is. So I guess now I just want to walk around a bit and recall. Oh, nice. Yeah, that since I made a concerted effort to develop work-life balance in the past few years, I work on the weekend a lot less. And when I do wind up working on the weekend, it's way more likely to be that kind of thing. You know, hey, Mr. Ross, would you come and something? Okay, hold on. So there's some kind of British. Welcome. There's like light patterns here. Oh, and I do want to solve the symbols for all of these. The glyphs. Ship, harp, or instrument. Oh, I already have a thought about what might mean instrument. Key. Balance. Okay. We're going somewhere with this. I'm going to do something wild here. Take a few guesses based on what things look like. I don't think this is going to be shipped, though. Yeah, okay. No. Wouldn't that have been wild, though? If instrument, which I guess I'm pretty confident of. I don't remember why I proclaimed that one meant instrument, but... Wait. One last thing here. If I look at the instrument again, and I note the light patterns here, and then I go to my book. Ding, ding. Okay. I think there's a strong clue here based in the lights. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay. So these nodes... I think they do suggest this. Okay, hold on. Yeah. Alright. Vessel, instrument, balance, and key. Didn't even have to look at the key lights. Oh, wait. The stranger, I didn't have to go back and look at these things. The stranger had noted where the light patterns fell and everything. Well, hey. A little wiser. Sweetheart, it's so close to time, but you know what? You know what? It's so close to time. We don't need to be that picky about these things. Do you want some lunch, Abra? She does want lunch. All right. I'm going to go and give... Yeah, it's close enough. It's close enough, British. I'll be right back, gang. Hang tight. Alright, taken care of. They were exceptionally excited. And I think now that I think of it was indeed we opened up a new bag of food yesterday. So these cats are aficionados for freshness. So I think that's why they were exceptionally eager to get lunch going as quickly as possible. Which is fair. Okay. I agree, Cedric. I thought that I really liked that puzzle. Once I realized it was there, it was cool. And I think that one thing I really, of the many things so far that I dig about this game, I like how it, oh right, I don't have, probably done going in the dark spot because I've planted the torch to solve the puzzle here. Okay. I'm going to just retrace my steps just to kind of try to reform a mental image of the area and try to converge on the other puzzle. But yeah, I really like the variety of ways in which you can deduce the language. For example, murals, but also dialogue with people. Like, those are your standards, your context clues, and actual, like, maybe cryptography is going too far, but that kind of thing. Plural warriors build temple. That seems correct. The duty and the impure ones. See, the warriors have a very upsetting religion. There's the chosen ones with their instruments. Destination? Goal? I'll go with destination just because it takes so much longer to type. Wait a minute, why? That doesn't make any sense. No. Okay, there we go. I mean, who knows? But it could be. But then also, yeah, like obviously that one was all about, I'm not supposed to be here even if I'm in warrior form. Okay. Going forwards. To return to whence I came. Wait a minute. On the other page, didn't I have... Oh, oops. Right. The ringing of the bell. Fear, sun, moon, build. No. Temple? No. No. There were some in the devotee language that you could see how they were constructed. How, like, two different, like a word and then like a grammar marker could combine to mean a different word, which is very cool. Here, the actual, just like, the glyph formation itself. Because the warrior language seems more, I'm not sure I'm using these terms correctly, but hieroglyphic. Like, it seems to me to be more modeled to look like. The things. Okay. Well, I might as well try one more of these things while I'm here. And... could that... I'm looking at the... No, that's not what I wanted you to do, stranger. Do I have this in the position I wanted in? Yes. I'm wondering if the bluish, the bright blue thing, second from the top, in the second column from the left, looks like it kind of has a couple of points on it. I don't know that fulfills the requirements of that puzzle slot, but if anything here is going to do it, I guess it's that. So I should try it. If not, I gotta get back to searching for clues. Or searching for other puzzles to complete in the meantime. But hold on. Ha! Never mind. Oh, of course. I was like, it only has 4 points, though, so is it going to fit in a thing that clearly had jagged points on all ends? But a square with 4 points also has the 4 corners of a square. We've done it. We've solved the puzzle. Excellent. Because I went out on a limb, even though I might have to go a little bit shorter than last time. I went out on a limb and put the scientists, who seem like the next group of folks we're going to interact with and learn the language of. I put them in the episode title in the hopes that we get there. And I got to get on track to finish the warrior segment, if that's going to come true. Feels promising right now. Oh, man. In both good and bad ways. Or rather, I get both good and bad feelings from reflecting on the fact. Okay, hold on. Talk to these guys to look at. The plural warriors wait for the arrival? Oh, yeah. That's another tell. Like, not just that they're reflective, but that they are colored in the dominant color of everything here. Okay, so, like, destination, arrival. Yeah, make fun of a guy's alcoholism. Really funny. And yet that's less objectionable than their whole cleansing of the impure. Oh, I have lined these things up wrong. I'm sorry I missed your name, but welcome and thanks for following. Oh, I have often reflected that Hello, Zavery, and welcome to 58 Dream Street. Glad to have you here. Not only the summer and the winter time, but also the time change. I've reflected often that, what the hell could the time change possibly mean to the cats? So it's just suddenly I start, especially in fall, when I start being like, I know that you think it's time, but I'm just not going to feed you. Okay, so I put a thing in that's like a screen that's going to add to what I see when I look through this, I guess. Oh, would you look at that? Are the constellations? Yeah. Key. Balance. Alright. Yeah. Key, balance, vessel, and instrument are the constellations? Well, what does that mean to me? Apparently nothing. I'm just gonna write down yeah, check it out. So, okay. How about that? Okay. Just working in an atypical direction here. Also, that raises interesting questions about the language formation here. Did they design glyphs that kind of look like the things and then find I think they probably found the constellations and worked from there to the glyphs? Still not quite sure what the... Wait, hold on. Okay. Could the stamp be the stamp of the bell ringer? Yeah, there's a real cool kind of I guess it's kind of trite to say because it's obviously true in all cases that culture and language are strongly intertwined. But you really do get some like solving these really reduced languages really does tell you something about the priorities of these folks. Okay. Still don't know what bell ringer is, and it's not that. But hold on. I'm going to note that figure... I'm just going to type roll, not because I think the word means roll, but because I do think the word means it represents some role that somebody had, like astronomer, for example. Okay, very cool. A bit redundant, as discussed, because I'd already solved the puzzle through other means, but there's more to this than just progressing. I'm enjoying the process of discovery, not just of the solutions to puzzles, but of the nature of this place and these people. Which is exactly how you should want to feel when you're playing a game of this nature. So if I go this way, there's that symbol again. And then yeah, there was all the marching. I can go in there, I can march around with these guys to scam my way through. Grab a sword there. What does this guy say? Warrior, lay your weapon. I'm not going to do that because I'm just going to get back to this was just the way through to there. Okay. Well, go back up here and try to remember what was going on in this direction. This is the plural, the bottles room. I think this was just where I went to get the bottle. Oh, right. It's an elevator down to the bottles. I think I want to come back up and explore this level a bit more, just to remind myself what's up here. I remember this place pretty well. The end of classes is just coming at a startling pace. I think I'll be okay. And like, there'll also be there's some real rewards. Yeah, warriors wait for the arrival of the chosen. The impure await death. Okay, we have some other areas up here. Not sure which I have been in and which I haven't. In here is the armory. I have been in the armory because that's where I got my sword. My whole disguise came from the armory. This is the what? The Chosen Ones area. Kind of feels like I might be forbidden to go here, but let's approach. There's a cool sort of like amphitheater thing down there. For a place that mostly seems really, really clean, they do have a lot of geckos. Or some form of sticky lizard just hanging around. Okay. Can't tell, like, nothing here yet. Oh, now this is familiar. There's the scribe's place. There's the scribe up there drinking. But here's the... Did I solve this puzzle yet? I know the symbols now. And then I know this is like a panel. So, okay. Let me take a look at some of these pages again. I don't know. Everywhere I've seen the symbols or the glyphs, it's just the four of them. Doesn't give me an obvious sense of the order I'm looking for. Key instrument, vessel, balance. Oh, I need to hold the button to move the pieces. Okay. Key instrument, vessel, balance. And then I assume I pull the thing and it rings the bells in order. Oh, but I guess I have to be here to get to that. Alright. But if you ring the bells wrong, you just get in trouble. Alright, so this is the big thing then, I guess. More than anything, I need to figure out what is the correct song to play on these bells. It's the scribe's place. Scribe loves bottle. Yeah, like look at this. They're graffitiing the scribe's home just to make fun of him for his alcoholism. There's a lot about warrior culture, but it's not necessarily admirable here. Oh, so here's the real Chosen One's place. Did I go here before? Yes. But did I learn everything? The warrior carries a weapon. Of course. The warrior does not fear death. The Chosen Ones carry instruments. Yep. And? Yeah. Okay. They're not going to let me in the Chosen One's place. Perhaps if I were able to play the right song on the bells. Okay. Well, bell tower's up there. But I gotta look around for some clue. I'm not sure. Well, actually, I was about to say I'm not sure that they've got a navy, but we've seen ships. So they must have an admiral. But whether the admiral is admirable would probably depend to a degree, Blitzkrieg, on whether said admiral has a more judicious policy towards the impure. Okay. So as I recall, the armory takes me back to a stealth area that I've already dealt with, I think. But okay, back to the bottle area. At this point, I'm just looking around. I do not want to try, especially with how slow the bell ringing animation is. Don't want to engage in too much brute force to figure out the correct permutation of 5 with 4 possible symbols. Oh no, there's too many possible ways to set that up for it to be tolerable without having divined at least some sort of hint. Crates and bottles. Oh, getting a text message just to see if it's Danielle. She needs something. No, just a haircut reminder. Gotta get my haircut. Okay. I don't think backtracking is going to be the way, but that's actually all the more reason to eliminate it now. Oh, hey, speaking of Danielle, she's now clearly audibly home. Okay. So here they do a whole crate thing. Partially this was just about learning the crate language. So that in another place I could obey commands to carry large and small crates. This was a stealth segment before when I didn't have a disguise. Was there some kind of bell-related hint here that I missed? It's not looking like it. Excuse me, folks. Can I go this way? No. That's a dead end. And I don't see much to be gained by more backtracking. It's just I would rather go through the backtracking now than put it off and much, much later come to realize, oh wait, yeah, this was the way. The hint was right at the start and I forgot about it. Okay. Just close the door here. Okay. Right, and then here's the armory, where I got the weapons in the first place. And on the other side, this will take me back to where I was. No, it won't. Okay. What about up here? Have I gone up here? I think so. This takes me to this place where they're doing some drill sergeant stuff. Warrior's duty, hold the sword, whatever. And then I'm back where I was. Okay. Okay. Well, we're constraining. Ah, man. There can be, like, backtracking can certainly be a problematic design element in a game, but like, yeah, in an open world game to begin with, it's not exactly backtracking. You might revisit a place, but you're not on a track in the first place. I think some lesser Metroid-esque games might be guilty of poor backtracking design in the sense that just some of these games that you play, it's just you're going through the area and it's just like, oh yeah, there's one type of thing that I can't access right now, and I know that just later I'll get the one item or ability that allows me to access it. It's all kind of simplistic. Okay, and this was just a thoroughfare to get to the spot with the light clues and stuff. Perhaps I should go back to where the light clues were, on the grounds that that might have the most obvious available visual clue. So how do I get there again? Oh ho. Not gonna be a clue here, I don't think. Scientist searches the stars to help someone. Find out more about those scientists soon, we hope. But okay. Back this way. Oh, could it be as simple as balance, vessel, space, instrument, key? Maybe. I'll write that as a note to myself instead of trying to memorize it. Blank, instrument, key. That could just be the hint. Just read left to right. and then count the spot in the middle as a blank. Oh, I can retrieve the torch. So perhaps I should go back up to the dark area and see if there was also some sort of hint there. Don't believe there was, but... Oh yeah, we've got another one of these consoles. These can do fast travel for me, and they also present additional... Well, they present this, which I never quite know what's going on. They do these things where... If I knew the scientist language too, I think it's just a transliteration puzzle. How would you say this in the warrior language? But I don't know any of the scientist language yet. And there's no context clues for what that might mean. So, okay. This is a hint worth testing out then. So here I go. It's a bit of a trip to go test the one hint out, but let's try it. See, now that I'm looking closer, it's because putting the torch there, I think, also had something to do with opening that door, maybe? Or maybe it didn't, and I'm just misremembering. But I feel like I should have noticed those light points, because they're obviously being set up by the holes in the boards there. Oh, okay. Ugh. Posture is getting... My posture is degrading because I overextended myself with work goals this term. And I maintained my dedication to streaming, but not to yoga. For my sanity, I think if I had to pick one of them, at least in the short term, it was the right call. In the long term, it is not feasible, though. For me. No, not this way. It's not feasible for me to just neglect my physical fitness in favor of work and fun. But ideally, balance all three of them, which is hopefully what I can get back to doing in the winter, when I have more circumspect ambitions, we'll say. On the way up to the bell tower again, I think. Very pleasant background music. Okay, well, let's try it. Balance, vessel, blank, instrument, key. No. Okay. I am getting the dreadful feeling that this is very likely there's a 5-tone song to be played. But every representation of these symbols that I find is just the 4 of them, with no clear indication there should be a rest or a repeated character. Is there something I missed in the scribe's home? Oh my goodness. Yes. Okay. Okay. Because it's nighttime, I'm going to try the Destination Moon one first. Alright. Grab another little thing to take notes on. You know what? I might as well just note this whole thing. Duty is key, vessel, balance, instrument, vessel. Sun is vessel, balance, balance, instrument, instrument. Moon is instrument, instrument, key, balance, vessel. I don't need the game to transliterate for me. And the chosen ones are balance, instrument, key, vessel, key. Okay. Okay. I should have assumed. Instead of starting with eliminating backtracking, I should have started with a thorough search of the immediate area for a localized clue. Oh well. Oh well. Okay. Now, what do we got? Okay. Do the moon one first. Instrument, instrument, key, vessel, key. Do they like the moon song, or do they kill me when I play the moon song? It also might be necessary to play the songs in an order. That's true. And there's value in that. Alright, are they coming to kill me? Yes, they are. We hate the moon song, they say. Or, alternately, it's not time for the moon song, you fiend. Separately, I should look and just say, okay, it could be this order. Like, do all 5 of these songs. Let's start with the duty song next. See how that goes. Alright, duty song, key, vessel, balance, instrument, vessel. We sing a song of duty. If it turns out there's a separate puzzle to get my bell ringer's license before I do this, I'll be a little irritated. Are they coming for me? Yep. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. You kill me. You kill me if you have to. Just try all the songs and see if any of the songs works for a starter. For the sun, it's vessel, balance, balance, instrument, instrument. The dreadful thought of making a typo also occurs to me, but we'll just hope that's not the case. Might be that we gotta play the Chosen One song just because, you know, the Warriors are really into the Chosen Ones. Well, there's only one song left to try as a starter song unless I've entered the songs wrong. So let's find it. Balance, instrument, key, vessel, key. Well, this is promising. The fact that the soundtrack kicked in. Yep, it's just gonna play the Chosen song all day. And everybody's happy about that. Excellent. And so now... Oh! The warriors are responding. I'm going to go in the opposite direction on the assumption that they are now leaving this area unguarded. Because they're like, oh, the bells, the song. And listen, whatever floats your boat, folks. Alright, here we go. Into the area of the Chosen Ones. And perhaps closer to meeting the scientists. Okay. Let's see. We have build, music, and fear. 2 of which I have a thought for. Fear and build was this one. So then, remind myself, if this is instrument, oh wait, no, yeah, that's fear, and I put it right. Destination, scribe, temple. Uh-oh, I have theories for everything, and none of the theories are music. I guess I can always... just try everything. Without ruling out the possibility, of course, that I'm actually wrong about something else entirely. Wait. Is the scribe the bell ringer too? Bellman. He's not a scribe at all. I played myself there. I typed the word scribe in because the guy had a lot of books in his home. And then returning to the game and seeing it fill in my guess, I reified it in my own mind. Into believing it was correct. Okay, so, well, let's try the old brute force. But no. Okay. Alternately, what if... No. Okay. Feel confident about fear. And actually somewhat confident about build as well. But let me take a look. Oh. There's the problem. We just hadn't found music yet. Instrument makes music. Build, make, create. Build or make/create as it happens. Perfect. All right. Excellent. Can't slow me down. Is there something cool I can do here? Yeah. We got a Dark Souls style crazy elevator. It would obviously be like a... Oh, sweet. Oh, yeah. There we go. It's daytime up here. That doesn't make any sense, but okay. Who cares if it makes sense? If it's this beautiful. There's a lot to be said for the value of aesthetics to the video game experience. Don't care much about graphics. The warriors don't pass. The chosen ones do. Oh, the stranger has in fact stripped himself down too. Oh. Well, check it out. I have probably mistitled the episode on the assumption that we would be going to the scientists next. Instead, it's the chosen ones. Oh well, I'll figure that out. So, I see what's going on here. The chosen one language is going to put all of the glyphs in a sentence on like a sentence line. So if the chosen ones pass, this will be pass, and this will be plural, and then not and warrior. Well, that's going to come from this one. Not is going to be this, I think. Warrior is this. So then not is probably this. But it's not. Oh. No? Okay. Let me look at these again. Alright. So chosen ones has the squiggly whatever. Okay. Back to it. So this is warrior. What if I have plural and pass reversed? Yep, I did. So it's a word order thing. Pass, chosen ones. And pass not, warriors don't. Or something. Or perhaps the negation in their language, you bracket the thing that you're negating with the word on both sides, or the glyph on both sides. Alright. We're learning. Yeah. I never watched The Mandalorian, but does the younger, Yoda species thing also speak with Yoda's speaking patterns? Well, don't drink the water. But this is otherwise a lovely place. Hey, chosen ones! What's kicking? Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yep.
Oh.
Warriors don't something? Plural warrior, plural what? Ha! The white font is not meshing well with this new milieu, but hopefully everyone can read that. That's definitely the impression I've gotten of this Yoda baby. Okay, well, a lot of new words there, but I don't think I have the context for it yet. So let's carry on with this place. Calling back to the Ultima 5 comment, Stimpinski. I don't know if I'd say that Ultima 5 is a perfect game, but oh my goodness is it close. It's a beautifully crafted piece of work. Okay. So we have the looks like we have the classical trope of the mirror representing vanity.
Oh.
Okay. Alright, so the tricky part for me here is that there's a sentence order thing going on. However, I feel like this one is mirror, so I'm going to put my marker down there for the moment. No, I just want you to backspace. There we go. Thank you. So, you know what? Let's go out on a limb. Let's go all the way. Chance it all. If those two are right, then this would be love. Nope. Or, hold on. Could this be love? And then this is I, or me. Nope. Okay. Something mirror? I don't know. Hey, antlers. No, this antler person doesn't want to even talk to me. Too busy having cool antlers. Ultima 5 is just such a well-crafted game. There's a lot good to be said about Ultima 6 and 7, or at least 7 Part 1, the Black Gate. Should I just... I can probably change this pretty quickly. I'll switch to black and we'll see if that's more visible for this area. From all F's to all zeros. We'll see next time someone says something. Okay. Something plural mirror, something plural... Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, turns out black is no better. So I'm going to go back to white, and we'll proceed in the hope that we're about to go inside and get some shade. Something mirrors? I don't know. I don't know why this person would be talking about mirrors. What if the thing I have for mirror means, like, beauty? I don't know. But hey, that just makes this more exciting. So he's performing as some sort of scary, and they're laughing at him. Okay. Oh, good. Statues. Here we go. Let's go back and cancel this being mirror in the new hope that this is mirror. Really wants me to go with mirrors. But there's a whole separate modifier to pluralize things. Instrument. Ooh, I like how what seems to be... Is it music and drama or something? I'll say music for now. Go broad. Oh, then would this be something like vanity? I don't know. Drama? Could be comedy, but could be laughter. The chosen one language so far is a lot less focused on the very specific nouns and verbs we've already encountered. None of my guesses address this. And I don't know what that mask means at all. So, oh. I have an eggplant or an aubergine. Music, something, something. Something, something, something. Alright, so this double dot thing also seems to bracket sayings. So we had a bracket, like a bookend glyph for negation. Do we have a bookend glyph for question? Like interrogative? Perchance. I got very lucky because I did not think there was any reason I should stand by that tree, and yet I found the context point. I can imagine that being frustrating. Okay. So, I don't know. Musician? Maybe. But hold on, I'm sorry. What was the first thing you said? It's a good thing. It's good how well these folks pronounce glyphs such that the stranger can just kind of see them. Greening is a higher result for autocomplete there than greeting. Hello, musician. I don't know. I have a question. These people enjoy some luxury? Oh. It's a full-on eggplant hunt. Okay. Keep an eye on all the trees. Alright, so obviously the chosen ones have a culture that's heavily steeped in luxury and leisure. We have a monkey here. Not something. Mirror. Oh. Hey, monkey, would you like to have 2 eggplants? Okay. Oh, monkey. I gotta say, I do not like that that went away. Okay. You hang tight, monkey. I'll come back to you. Do you also enjoy eggplants, Mr. Monkey? Something warrior? The fact that they don't... Okay. Warrior. Oh, man. I do think that this one means like the chosen, right? I like how it's a good challenge progression because they've kind of the earlier languages kind of corral you through smaller like selections of glyphs and with a more confined space, so there's fewer clues. Now this place is wide open. Hold on, folks. You don't want to say anything to me? No clues? Fine. I don't need your clues. No clues? Oh, I see an eggplant. And a monkey. Really kind of see... I guess the monkeys are really well trained not to leave their post. Because it should be very possible for the monkeys to just obtain these eggplants. Excuse me, any thoughts? No? Alright. You go about your business. Okay. Mirror chosen plural greeting. Warrior greeting. Okay. I don't know. Okay. So we've got weapon, which I think I can figure out now, and stupid, or stunned, which also seem to be hinted at here. But hold on. So in this one, there's only one character I don't already know, and it probably means weapon. In this one, I know all of the words. I'm not sure. This makes me doubt mirror, though. Because the chosen was greeting a butterfly there. Okay. Does the monkey... Do I get limited... This is really frustrating if the monkeys will eventually finish the eggplants if I watch the thing too much, and then it's just like, okay, if you didn't memorize it, you're game over. But okay. Let's move around and look for more and different clues. Hey, there's a water bearer. Do you say anything to me about water? No? Not going to help me figure out the glyph for water? Oh, but you're going to go down there and perhaps I can get through the door by following you? Okay, cool. So down here, it's like the servants area. We got an upstairs, downstairs thing going on here. Another one of these consoles. But also what looks like a puzzle. Like a literal puzzle, like a jigsaw puzzle. Okay. So this is a simple number system, it looks like. A single line is 1, and then the more branches you get, it gets it up to 5. So will 6 start on the other side? Probably. What about this, though? Yeah, it's quite literally just a puzzle to put back together. Okay. So I should start by looking for the thing that will join at the bottom there. Could it be this? Sure could. So then if I'm going to go up the side... Hey. Okay. It's coming together nicely. Is this also a bottom piece? Yep. So this would be the bottom corner. No, this is the top corner. And this is the bottom. Okay. This came together very nicely. What will I learn? It looks like a language comparison. I sought you, you found me. Oh, good. Okay. So, the similarities must be I and you, the pronouns, which means the two different ones mean sought and found. I'll go with seek, I guess. Who knows? But I'll try that. Okay. And so then the other one must be this. Find. Very good. Very good. Okay. This is... what a fun game. Big fan of this game. Okay. Now, I don't know that I can solve them, but I can indicate that I have pronouns. And then in other contexts, try to figure out which pronouns they are. Actually, you know what? Let me go ahead and make a guess. If this is I sought you, and this is you found me, then I think this would be I. Because that would put the object noun closer to the verb. At any rate, another advantage to filling in my guesses instead of just saying, well, these are two pronouns, is that when they fill in, feels promising. Oh, and the stranger wants to guess some more. Oh, we're going to settle this right now. There. Okay, I had it backwards. But alright. That's a big help. Now, we have some building blocks of language here. We can revisit the earlier clues and perhaps learn more. Plural something. Instruments? Pair chants? Worth a shot. Oops. Okay. Well, hold on. Back to the journal. This is my guess for music. Yeah, there's some visual similarities between the glyphs that I've guessed for music. And and the stranger wants me to get to work. An instrument with music coming out of it and actors. Okay. Comedy. So it wasn't drama after all. Even though the mask the stranger drew. Alright, comedy mask and a tragedy mask. Alright. Chosen One language is coming together. Oh. The Dark Souls style revealed shortcut. Alright. This comes up here, and I'm back. No, I'm in a new place. Oh man, what a big place. Don't know what it says there. Don't know what that says. Can't even see the ones on this side. Watching the water? Something to me. Something me. Thirsty? Or like drink? Okay. Neither of you want to talk. Thirst? I'm gonna guess thirst. Or thirsty. I don't know. Thirsty me, thirsty me. Are you seeking the quenching of your thirst? And then the stranger is like, whoa, hold on, let me look at the grate. Let me look at this grate. See what's going on there. I'm gonna guess water for now. Okay. Okay. Onwards. What a vast area. This sign is a mystery to me. Hello. Not me, not. Are you looking for... I don't know what I'm looking for. Oh, I've stolen a saw. I guess I'll steal all the tools I can take. including... I guess this is a drill? It's a wacky looking drill. Oh, wait. I can only... Oh! Plural. Hammer? Jeez. So I can't actually carry all of these tools. So it's something about moving them around to the right spots? I can't make out the glyph for... Oh, wait. Hold on. There are 2 glyphs here. Wrench. And then, can't make out the saw one. Except that I think the stranger did make it out even though I couldn't. No? No? No, he didn't. Okay. So I need to learn what the saw glyph is. Oh, I found a hammer. But it feels like if I can't, if I can only take one, then maybe I'll take the saw for now. Because that's the one that I don't understand. Maybe I can hold the saw up and show it to somebody somewhere and they'll go, oh, it's a saw. I don't know. It's also entirely plausible that I might need to use the tools. You want a hammer? I don't know. Do you want a hammer? I will go get you a hammer. Okay. Well, this new one seems like a thank you to me, huh? Ah. Thanks. I appreciate you, or something. I don't know. Are we gonna go through the whole job here? Go, you can. Oh, all that was left to do was to tap this thing a few times with a hammer. Alright, let's keep moving. Let's just, geez, this is a vast area. I feel like I might have missed some spots. Just beautiful. Don't exactly understand the contraption. What's the windmill? The horizontal windmill bit for, if it's just a cable ferry. Any more eggplants? 1,000 eggplants for 1,000 monkeys. Hey, what's up, chosen ones? You getting fanned by your fan device? Seems lovely. That way to the water something. 2 other places. Wait, hold on. Did that... Okay, at least it didn't add any new glyphs to my understanding. Let's just pick a place and go. You enjoying a bottle of drink together? Yes. Haha. Okay. I got nothing out of that. You are... Are you looking for a comedy? Or something? Do you have some comedy? Okay. So, I feel like this place is a theater? Perhaps? Well, let's see. Was that also the symbol here? Yes. And... if before all three of the locations we have the same glyph this way, say 2. To theater. To something. To water. That checks out. What's up here? Oh good. A crossroads. And a puzzle. No, not a puzzle. Just something to look at. Okay. Could that be like God? Looks like it's the top of a thing. I don't know. Any thoughts, stranger? He's got nothing. Hey, folks.
What?
Thanks. Not warrior, you not. You want something? Not you not. Not to you find not. We don't want, or we aren't looking for something. Something about mirrors? Oh my. Yeah, folks. Yep. I agree. Just nod pleasantly, get through the conversation, move on. I do seek. It's a cool construction here. Is this a park? Am I looking for something? Am I thirsty? I really don't know. But thanks for asking. To the something. Okay. I need this item to slot in here. Okay. Onwards. You looking for this? You something? Yeah. That's how I feel for sure. 2 peas in a pod, me and you. Oh! Okay. Okay. Great. So, windmill something. something. Oh dear. Excuse me.
Oh.
Am I looking for something? Yeah. Yeah.
Ah.
Something plural. You something what? You want whatever? Yeah. Yeah. What's this? Just another drain. I can see down into the servants area. Excuse me. I was trying to talk to you, but I guess you're not that kind of chosen one. Okay. We've got a light action challenge here. Very light. Oof. Okay. I didn't fully comprehend what was going on with that last one. I should not have jumped just to see what happened. Okay, it's 2. Whoops. I think I read it correctly and then timed it entirely wrong based on my interpretation. Okay. Why would the chosen ones build this? It seems sucky. It does not seem like a pleasant walkway. But there we go. Alright. Not exactly Super Mario Bros. Wonder over here. Oh-ho! I have the thing that I would like to put in the place in order to accomplish the goal. Oh no, do the chosen ones hate me now?
Oh.
Egad. You find... Okay, so... Torch. Yeah, it's Roberta's instinct, right? I did. Something you. Okay. I don't get it. They laughed at me. I did something they wanted, I guess. But they let me have the thing. Well, doing what I can do. And just like a shark, just moving forwards. Yes. Going up. Into a dark place where the stranger is willing to go. Saws. Okay. Carved all these saws, but you can't even throw a glyph down. Instruments. Is this a maze? Okay. Saw, 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 saw. And if I went this way... Yeah, this feels like a Lost Woods kind of deal. Whoops. Hold on. Saws. Well, if I go this way, I get to the instruments. If I go left at the instruments, I'm back. Okay. Try this a few times before I assume that I need to find a hint first. If I go this way, am I to the instruments? Yes. Oops, if I turn back, I'm out. It's the Lost Woods. So this way to the instruments? No! Okay. Put a pin in that for now. There might be a hint. There might just be a hint in there. But there's so much to explore right now. Haven't even gone this way. Or that way. Yikes. Okay, great. Great. So this is the only way I haven't gone on this branch. Takes me to a nice fountain. Hello. You like comedy? Or something? Try this. What? What? Okay. Oops. Man, this is an unforgiving whack-a-mole game. No, I guess I was just not supposed to. I only want to hit the gray faces. I think the idea here is I can win a ticket to the comedy. Ah. But they also get away very quickly. Okay. Ah! That was an analog stick slip. Oh, man. Okay. Ah! Very frustrating. I think this would be better if it was 4 in the 4 cardinal directions. And I don't think anything is gained by the ones that almost immediately disappear. Doesn't add anything to the experience. Okay, come on. One more. Ta-da! Do I win tickets to the comedy? Heck yeah. Theater. You something something. You can go to the theater. Thank you for playing. I assume that's what that means. Hey, folks. Can I look at the thing again just to... No, I don't want to play this stupid game. Find something. So I already know the word for warrior. Because that's what I'm hitting. Find the bad one. Oh wait, I should have just... Oh, damn it. I'm trying to just blow this. So we can get back to work. There. Oh well. I already got my ticket. What's this? It's Flappy Bird. Which I've never played. Okay, it's not speed, it's timing, it's rhythm. Well, there are obviously, like, you know, the upstairs, downstairs thing. The fact that the Chosen Ones obviously rely on the warriors. So there are ways in which the Chosen Ones aren't obviously better. I get nothing for doing this, but this symbol might mean bird. Or it might mean fly. I'm going to say bird. Alright. Well, no prize for that. Something for throwing dice, something for climbing, and something for fire or torch? Okay. Oh, man. Well, winning at the Flappy Bird game earned me nothing, which is fine. I'm going to go back and relive the experience of those rude people mocking me, sending me to get the torch or something. Okay. Something that's plural. Use something bird. You want the torch. Or what if the word that I call bird actually means like climb or ascend? Okay. Back to the games area for a moment. Because the dice one, probably, I'm not looking for a word for dice, but it could just be word for game, which might be printed here on this thing, I can't remember. It's a finding game, perchance? So, which of those do I already know? Right, there's find. So, it's the other one. This one. Is this game? It's not. Okay. Oh, good. I don't have to lose the game. I can just quit. Alright. Well. One last thing now that I think about it. I haven't found either of those. Okay. Alright. Well, bit by bit, it's coming together. Definitely in full despair of the idea that I might meet the scientists. What about this, though? 2 theater, 2 blank, 2 water. Could this mean games? Maybe, maybe not. I can go to the theater now, but I should also find out what's going on in this section of the servants' quarters. Or the servants' area. 2 bird. 2 stairs or to climb. Okay. 2 water? Well, let's find out. Yes, this does seem like a watery place. 2 something. You can't go that way yet. I really am glad that the game has opened up like that, like given a bigger, more complex challenge. Two bird or 2 stairs to climb, to go up, to ascend. I don't know. Oh dear. Shouldn't be just picking random directions. To the water. And yet that's what I'm doing for whatever reason. To the theater. Okay, great. If I can come back out near the theater. To... oh. To theater. What's going on here? The men of the Abbey are free. And then... okay. So I can figure out men because it's what's in both of these. I think this is man. And then similarly, if this is the only other new one, could it be Abby? And then finally, let me go back for a moment. Abbey man, or something free. I've had this one for a while. Does it mean free? I don't know. Oh, it's another one that we can go for right away. So then just what's temple? Was there even the word temple? Men of the Abbey are free. Actually, Yeah, perhaps, if I can find it here. Nope. Or perhaps... Okay, hold on. What if Abby is actually this other complex one here? It's not going to be this way. No. Alright, something to... Wait a minute. Was there another thing I could look at there that I didn't look at? Yes. Temple symbol up here. Man. Okay, hold on. I think I did this. But what if... Okay. I thought I... Ah. What if... No. Okay. Okay, pinning that for now. This is where the theater is. I gotta go back up to the surface to attend. Okay. So 2 bird or 2 the way up. 2 blank. Bird. Oh dear. I'm lost forever. We're going to something. Wait, this is the way back? No. I found a new place. And new puzzles. Free. Abbey. Plural sequant. Okay. So, I don't know about this one that I've tagged as Abby. But I'm feeling good about free. They want to be free? Like the servants want to be free? Or is that the freedom sign? Because it makes sense that they vandalized by putting free over a symbol that presumably means something like servants or something. Okay. Can I open this door just like it's a door? Of course not. Well, if I can ever find my way back, we can go to the theater. And I should go back to just the starting segment at some point. Because it's quite possible that someone there... Oh dear. To the theater? This is what I've already done, isn't it? Wait. Stairs that go up. More stairs that go up. Up is the way into the light. Or is it? This is how they keep their servants subjugated. You spend so much time wandering around trying to find your way out of your headquarters. You're all tired by the time you get to the surface. It's tough to rebel. Light? Yes, but not the kind you were hoping for. Oh, long commutes. If I have now wound up. I'm currently in a situation where, for if I got to do office hours for the first years, or teach the first year class, that is on a different campus, and that campus is like a 10-15 minute walk, which is in itself a pretty sweet commute. But for anything on the main campus, teaching my third year students, or just being in the office doing work but not doing office hours, I'm literally across the street from that campus. It's good. But now, if I ever have to commute again in my life, I'm not going to meet the moment with courage. Please free us. The people want freedom. Oh, this is it. This is where I first came down. I'm back. But now I want to go to the left. Never learn, never grow. No, okay, it's a maze. This place is a maze. And now to the theater, right? Is this the way to the theater? Wait. There's a sign. Just look at the sign. I don't even need to look at it. This is the way to the theater. What does it seem to me like you're saying now? Yep. You're plural. Something greeting. Yeah. Absolutely. Oof. I can go to the theater. That is a rough commute. Yeah. The word I'm calling bird means ascend. So let me go back to that page for a minute. So the only bit I'm missing is... Well, I could be missing... I suppose there's no reason I have to be correct about torch. But it felt right when I used torch for that. Can I even find it anymore? Yeah, it's right here. So then what's games? I don't know. Oh. Very cruel. The servant has to send the chosen one up on the elevator. So the servant doesn't even... The chosen ones aren't even willing to pull the lever themselves. The servant must pull it for them. And then the servants have to go up the stairs. It's not admirable. It's not an egalitarian society. They do not share my values. Okay. To something chosen want. The chosen seek to ascend. Find a saw to pass. Wait. The instrument he found. Find the torch to pass. Find a weapon. I don't understand this play at all. And I really need to watch it again anyway because I need the axe thing. Chosen find. Okay. So that play did seem more designed to teach children basic words than it did to actually educate or like entertain us or express a theme. But find, and now we have saw. Just gotta find it in the in my options here because there's a lot of glyphs active. Comes down from the top and then it's like a backward C. Oh, there it is. Okay. And then where's the tool page? Hammer, pliers, saw. Right, of course. Obviously those were pliers. Why did I call them a wrench? Confident about theater. Moderately confident about this one. But I don't have a clue about the others. The saw he found.
Oh.
The instrument he found. Is it always the same word with go and past? No. And then also... thirsty doesn't seem to be what that meant. Okay. Cool show. Can we go backstage? We sure can. Something plural. Oh, hey. It's the script. Okay. Oh. I've recorded the script, so we never have to watch the play again. And the Chosen would like me to try another thing here. Oh dear. I don't know. What other things have I even looked at and not solved yet? Lots. Okay. I need to go back because I really badly need to figure out the foundational stuff that I breezed by, not realizing how wildly vast this area would turn out to be. Oh, I've opened a door somewhere. Oh, those weren't two pits. And this wasn't too exciting of a shortcut either. But, so what else was in there? I thought that those, what I can now see are beams up above me, were pits. I was reading the perspective all wrong. I found the next thing, so let's see if I'm correct about the numbers. Yes, I am. I salute the man. Man. I Ha! Don't understand this enough. But okay. I mean, that's the furthest I've ever gotten one of those little puzzles. There'll be a moment when the dam starts to break and I'll just be knocking them off. It'll be very satisfying. Oh, good. More interconnections. Actually, no, this is not an interconnected part of the underground. Yes, it is. Well, let's just run in different directions and see what happens. No, don't do it. Don't do it, you fool. Just go back and get out of here. Go back to the early part. We're running out of time here. We're not going to meet the scientists. I named this episode poorly. Well, what can you do? Okay. Make my way back to the early areas. And let's see if we can lock down some of the foundational language here. A nice gondola ride. Well, I guess it's not a gondola. It's a really weird variation on a chain ferry. Know all about this stuff. Okay. It's not thirsty. Have they... Okay. It's not thirsty at all, which I also knew from the play. Let me go look at the play script for a moment. Saw he found the instrument he found. So this was, I don't know what it was. Like, it's like a medallion or money. Coin, maybe? Because I can also see now that what they're upset about is not that they can't drink the sewer water, but that they've dropped something into... Because I can see it glinting now. Glint. And I come out of here. Talk to them again. What were they saying? My coin, my coin. Will you seek my coin? Will you get my coin? Okay. So there's one thing I'm supposed to do down there. Just find my way to there, get that coin, bring it back to them. Noted. Water. Water. Okay, same symbol on both sides. I don't know that water is what that word means. Instruments, yeah. What's in here? Further down. Into the maze. Well, probably I'm not going to go find that coin today. Ah, we'll see. We'll see. I'm certainly not the best at stopping when I'm having a good time. I don't think I can do anything with this part yet. Yeah, I don't even know the language that would be pairing up there. I suppose I could teleport back to the early ones, see if I can figure them out yet. And in so doing, possibly learn a little bit. But okay, now I'm back in the opening zone. Have I actually learned anything more about what these people are saying? Ooh, can I watch the monkey shows again? I gave you a monkey show. Yeah, I'm not seeking. Beauty. So, yeah, okay. Okay. So, what I guessed might be the noun mirror is the adjective beauty. Or perhaps the noun beauty. Okay. Okay. And we confirm the monkeys are warrior wield weapon? I don't know. Yeah, that kind of looks... That looks like wield to me. Even just what the hieroglyph looks like. Or what the glyph looks like. Weapon warrior yield. Saw. Servant wield? Or is that man? It's the middle one that I'm looking for. I don't even know where it is. Okay. The line on the bottom with one tick up. I can't see the glyph in my options. I've got all the glyphs. All the glyphs are in the game now. Here it is. Say servant for now. Pretty sure the servants are the men. You know, the lowest part of the hierarchy. Okay. You have a conversation I'm going to eavesdrop on? Nope. Yeah. Greeting a beautiful thing. Okay. Servant, warrior, plural. Well, hold on. Let me just find the dunce, perhaps. And then wield. Idiot. Okay. Okay. Idiot were idiot. Okay, like warriors are idiots. No, there's a fourth word there. I don't know. Am I being summoned? No. Greg has finished painting the figurine of the Vermling Trapper. Our friend Michaela is going to join us on Friday Night Frosthaven sometime soon. She's never played the game before. I'm going to start her off with the Vermling Trapper.
Huh?
Alright. Well, I think I'm wrong about greeting. But at any rate, backtracking here is proving fruitful so far. In fact, what are the other early... Okay.
Oh.
Okay. What I had as thanks is perhaps actually greeting. Yeah. Bard. It's not chosen at all. It's a specific role within the chosen. However, so this guy says, hello. Have the warriors freed you, perhaps? Maybe. Okay. And there's this one. Beauty. Okay, that was a little bit of brute force. And a little bit of thinking. The brute force part was B, which I did not... I don't even get B from... like the action or the drawing. I'm not even sure why that represents B. Love and like, I actually... that was all in the brain. Okay. So then... it's coming together. I don't know. Okay.
Oh.
A warrior you're not. Weapons warriors have. Idiots warriors are.
Oh.
Okay, but once again. Hello! A warrior are you?
Oh.
A warrior you're not. Weapons warriors have. Idiots warriors are. Okay. I not warrior are indeed.
Oh.
Lover I are, not warrior I are. Beauty I love, beauty I am. But do you have inner beauty? Or has your life of leisure corrupted your soul?
Hey.
Hello. Bards we are. Beauty we love. Beauty do you love? Okay, so these people are not necessarily the chosen ones. They're the bards. Oh! That's a good one. Any specific kind of cookie you're enjoying today, Stimpinski? Beauty, comedy, music. Even just going back and just seeing the things that you've learned affirmed is
Well?
nice. Greetings. Hello.
Huh?
We love music. An instrument do you have? Not on me, but if I find one, you can bet I'll be coming back here. Once more, monkey. Show me your show. Seeking I'm not, beauty I found, a bard I am. These bards think they got it all figured out. Weapon the warrior carries. A saw the idiot carries. An instrument the bard carries. Okay, yep. It's not just an obliviousness to their servants. It's an outright hostility. Their word for their servants is idiot. Not all bards are like this. But I knew... I used to spend a lot more time around people in the local theater scene. And some of them are absolutely like this. Okay. Well, what can I do here? Wait, did I go in that door up there before? Where did that lead? Yes, to a puzzle. Which I masterfully solved. Okay. Yeah, I'm deferring the search for that coin till later. But for now, with my dwindling time, I would love to solve more things. Were there any other clues for things in this shed? Clamps, hammer. I thought you said it was pliers. Make up your mind, game. Clamp, clamp, shabam. Go, you can. Yep, I knew that. A hammer I miss. A hammer can you get? Gladly. Greetings. Friend you be, perhaps? And in fact, no, that's the fiend. No, it's not. I don't have any idea for book yet. Okay. Let's dig back in. To the theater, to the something, into the water. So what is this area over here? How is it best described? Well, one thing that I have is a stronger grasp of the fundamentals of the language.
Whoop.
Greetings. A warrior you're not. Do you want to go up?
Oh.
You can't go up. You won't find the way. I don't want to go up. Beauty we found. Idiots, the ones who go up. B. Okay. And then two. Haunting me to my dying day. The not even intended as mockery. Negging of Uhura. You wanna go up? You're an idiot. And then glyphs that I don't know. Hey folks. You wanna go up? You got a coin? I don't. But I know where to find one. In the sewers of pure urine. No gray water here. It's yellow. Okay. Is there a clue? Is there any kind of visual clue where to go next? Try once more. To see. Okay. Nope. Nothing I can see. So I'll stick a pin in that for now. But I think feels like I'm converging on some understanding. Oh, why have I not put my word for theater in here? And then by process of elimination, if I just go back to the waypoint sign, whatever's in the other direction is going to tell me the meaning of that symbol. And then it's just, what's the word for park? Or glyph? This, I probably should have put together that this particular drawing was going to be this easy earlier. But then, what is park? Let me just look. I'm gonna do a little brute forcing here for a moment. See if any of these ones I don't have a guess for yet. No. Okay. Okay. But when I'm near the park, let's see. No. But what about this? No, I think I just tried both of those. Well, hold on. There's other glyphs around here. There's always, of course, the possibility that I've placed the other ones wrong, but I don't think I have. So I'm not going to dive into that whole mess just yet. Where's this one? No. Okay. Wait. To the ascent. So getting through the maze somehow is how I will eventually ascend. Or something. Hi! You want to go up? You're an idiot. Yeah, I guess we should all just be happy being bards forever. Some intense rumbling from my stomach just now. You want to go up? Something plural. Something you ascend. You want the torch. The goal is to possess it. Or something. Can I look in this grate too? I can. Oh yeah, there's the lair of the rebellion. Okay, these people came and find the torch. I did. You're an idiot. I don't have the something. Sending is stupid. Greetings. I guess their greetings is an aloha kind of deal. It means hello and goodbye. Jog down this way, but this was nothing but this puzzle. Okay. So, what have I not solved here? This one. No. At a certain point, why not? Oh no. I messed up at some point. I failed at brute forcing. There, play. Just at the end of the brute forcing, I suddenly thought, wait a minute, this one looks like somebody tossing a ball. And indeed, ascend. Although I never updated the guess, I was correct that bird was actually ascend. Okay. What's left? Oh, this stuff. The idiot bard. To ascend, the idiot bard sought. The saw he found. The instrument he found. The weapon he found. The coin or something he found. Okay. I thought that I had a guess in for monster. But perhaps the guy dressed up as the monster earlier was saying something like, look how stupid I am. Still don't know these? Nope. Okay. Okay. Dwindling here. But wait. What was the path to the right here? Ah, yes, the place with the games. So here, it was all just about having a button that means climb, right? Or ascend? Yeah. Okay. And the other one... says on it, find the idiot. Yeah. Really... really not great, team. Be better. What all do you say?
Oh.
To play you like. You can go to the theater. Okay. Once more to the waypoint sign. And let's compare. Just make sure that I have the one that means theater. Path, way. It's not a park at all. It's the road. Yeah. Okay. Oh, water was just Agora, the gathering place. But okay. Okay, so I don't have a clue what book might mean. Well, you know what? Last act. Explore the sewers a little more. Path to the windmill. Oh, wait. Perhaps I can find that coin or whatever it is by following the path to the Agora. Since that's where those lost folks are. Is it this way? I don't know. Well, okay. Can eliminate that pretty quickly. Great if the stranger could look up. Path to the Agora. Path to theater. Can't go in the water. The way up. So that did mean exactly what I thought it did. It's nice to know. And there's the path to the aggro. Okay. And there's the path to the theater. I don't know. But I'll just run around a bunch of different places and see what I find. Nothing over there. Path to aggro. There go some rats. Hey, there isn't... No. Yes? Yeah. I got it. Oh. Oh. Fascinating. It's a compass. So these are north, south, east, and west. Oh. And what I had as coin is compass. Oh, you know what? It's a little frustrating because I can't look at the compass and then go right to the journal. But even if I can't figure out the directions just yet, what I can do is eliminate 4 glyphs from meaning things. I'm going to try to draw these for my own reference and see if I can then find them. Okay. So, this one, this one, this one, yeah. And it's all of them but this one that have dots underneath them, I believe. So what does that do for me? No, wait. One that doesn't have a dot. There. Monster, book, and brother. Aha. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's okay. This is everything that's left. So okay, again, which ones are directions? This is the direction. This is the direction. This is the direction. This is the direction. This one's not. Haha! We still don't know, but maybe it's temple. That's interesting. It didn't validate. Okay. So then, if I look at the compass, I don't know enough about using a compass. Like, the needle points north, but then the idea is you line it up properly, right? So, hold on. Going clockwise. Okay. I think we're going to crack this. I'm just going to... This is what I'm going to do. I assume that north, south, east, and west go in order. And so there are only so many possibilities. There's only 4 possibilities here. That one. We then go to this one. Then we go to this one. And then, finally, no. This one. Nope. Okay. So what if this was north? Well then, this would be east. Which would make this one south. Which should make this one west. No? Well then, my whole theory is wrong if this isn't correct. Or I've made input errors. Nope. We've learned the language of the Bards. No, we haven't. There's more to come. Right, of course there is, because... Okay. No. The saw he found. He went west. Oh! I know how to do the Lost Woods. Here we go. Might reach the new area just at the end here. It's exciting. Oh, no, that's to the theater. Wait, what are the drunks saying? Or the revelers? Brothers we are. I love my brother. Yeah, they're drunks. But they're happy drunks. They're not mean drunks. Although you kind of get the sense that all of these bards are at least a little bit mean to their servants. Although that's partially just what's been inculcated in them. This was a directions clue, wasn't it? Yep, because that's a compass rose. Deciphering the clues. Okay. Right, yep. That was how the warrior and devotee areas were structured. The abbey was below the temple. Looks like I can ascend now. By following the path of the idiot bard. We go in, and we find the saw. And from there he went west. And north. Oh, of course. That's how I could have solved it with the compass. Just by remembering. Actually, I'm not sure I would have previously identified that as north. I might have thought that this way was north. If you get my drift. Hold on. How can I move my hand on the screen? This way. There we go. Extremely counterintuitive. And when he found the instrument, he went north. Hold on. This isn't changing from place to place, is it? Yes, it is. Fire he found. East he went. Compass he found. But how did he know he was going north and east before he found the compass? Alright, going south. The weapon he found. And that's the end. West he went. Oh, yikes. A lot of bones in this little area. Next time I find one of those consoles, I gotta go... Oh, that was not good. That didn't make me feel warm inside. Oh dear. Ha! Ha ha, sucker! You can't come in the light! Look at you. I'll just stand right here and taunt you. No risks involved in that. Oh hey, you want to get me? Too bad. I figured out your weakness. Uh-oh. What you gonna do now? Angry Shadow Fireman? Aha, nope! Ah! Not so fast, buddy. Oh. Uh-oh. Ah! Okay. Oh, okay. Screwed that one up. But okay, here we go. There we go. Am I just going around? Do I want to pull this minecart for some reason? I'll try the minecart thing. Nope. Nope. Okay, let's just escape. Future James will be very grateful next Saturday if present James gets through the stealth section. This is good. Oh! I pulled it off. Oh good, he didn't follow, but I did not mean to go back. Whew, okay. Wait, no, that's no help. Okay, so clearly I want to get to switches or something here. Maybe clearly is not the right word to use. My objective isn't necessarily all that clear to me right now, but... what is this? Ah. Get over there. Pull the switch. Okay. You know, stranger, you could pull the switch and then... get back in the light while you wait for the door. But hold on. Is there a switch closer to me that I didn't... Yes. That probably does something to help me out here. Haha, sucker! Must be frustrating. Can't even go in the moonlight. Most monsters who are weak to the light are only weak to the sunlight. Imagine how pitiful vampires would be if the reflected rays of the sun bouncing off the moon could kill them. There's something coming. This part is a little blurry. Oh, this is going to shut the door just in time. Or not, I guess. But in theory. No. Okay. The answer here is literally just navigate the clumsy controls fast enough. Or not. Do I have to pull the switch and then flee back to the light? I don't know. It is just a prolonged animation. Oh, good. complex controls operated by a language I don't understand that might well turn out to be the language of the scientists. And, of course, until I can operate them, I'm not going to be able to do anything here with this elevator. Seeking you are. Found we have. Oh, some graffiti. Oh, the language of the scientists. We have plenty of glyphs already. Seeking you are. Found we have. Oh, the lurker in the dark? Cedric? Yeah. And when his light, when the power goes out, in the end, he's still able to, like, he keeps his journal entry going right up until the thing is upon him. Yog-Sothoth save me, the three-lobed burning eye. If indeed you're talking about the lurker in the dark. I happen to remember the last words of that story. Okay. We made it to the episode title. Just in time. Oh, okay. Oh. I can't think of... I've read them all. I've not read his collaborations with other people where he has a co-author credit. Because off the top of my head, I can't think of what one you're talking about, if it's not the lurker in the dark. But then the... Oh, I think I get this. I think. We're not going to find out till next week. But what if we have tense glyphs? Whisperer and darkness. Okay. I think I've read... Anyway, I gotta look into it now. But yeah, my guess here is because I'm looking at these and I'm like, well, I think that first thing, the first glyph here seems very much like there's a similarity between the two that makes me think those are the you and we. And then it's like, well, one of the glyphs stays the same. So how do these mean seeking you are and found we have? Well, what if the middle glyph that stays the same is searching or search? Well, arguably, Cedric, you could look at like Matthew Lewis's The Monk and be like, man, some of the behavior of these characters, Gothic and horror stories have often relied on their characters to do things that we would have shouted them not to do. I mean, Victor Frankenstein, man, that guy could have resolved his problems at a whole lot of different points by just getting off the train of ruining everything. Okay. Oh, hold on. Uh-oh. No. My tense marker thing already seems wrong. Okay. Well, I think this is where I say, okay, next time we will actually deal with the scientists. Then I gotta think, do I change the name of this when I put it on YouTube and then come up with a new science-y title next time? Probably. But okay. This game is everything I hoped it would be and a little bit more, in the sense that I don't know that I anticipated being as invested in the cultural element of like just learning what these people are all about. Especially because I didn't realize it was learning a bunch of different languages. Very, very cool. I am digging this game, and I expect to continue digging this game when we play it more next week. Looks to me like we might wind up with 5 languages in the end. So language-wise, perhaps I'm 60% done. Then again, the later languages are probably bigger. Maybe. I don't know. Cool. Big fan of the Chants of Sennaar. So it's a good setup with your gaming when you have a queue set up such that you're consistently enjoying what you're doing and also really excited to finish it because you're excited for the next thing. Because I am looking forward to going back and doing the second half of the King's Quest series. Just like when I was playing Perils of Rosella, I was having a great time and also thinking, once I get through this, I can play Chants of Sennaar. So that's awesome. Check it out. Sundays, well, tomorrow morning, I got to update the schedule to put it back in the morning slot. We'll be going back into that Labyrinth of Worlds. I got to figure out how to help the lost city of Anardunos. Because I'm running out of things to kill to level up. So I got to solve things at some point. I'm going to see what I can do. On Tuesday, health allowing, Greg's getting his flu shot. We had to skip last week because Greg got his COVID shot and was feeling like garbage. I think I had the flu shot and had no problem. So I'm hopeful Greg will also have that experience. And then we will be back at it with Streets of Rage 2. We are on track to finish what we have defined as the notable beat-em-ups from dawn of the genre through 1993 over the next couple of weeks, because we got Streets of Rage 2, The Simpsons, and X-Men. And then the ones we've deemed notable, or at least notable adjacent, we will be done with. And then before, in 2024, we do all the other beat-em-ups that came out through 1993, of which there are, I believe, 98. Before we do that, we're going to do 2 very special episodes. One, where or perhaps these will both happen in the same one special episode, but we're not ranking yet. Eventually, we're going to make the definitive ranked list of the best beat-em-ups. But first, we're going to do some pre-ranking by sorting the notables into 3 tiers, which right now we're calling boss tier, mid-boss tier, and goon tier. If anyone has a better idea than mid-boss boss tier is the games that are clearly in contention, the great ones, the ones that could be the best. Goon tier is the ones that suck. Battletoads and Battle Maniacs, I'm looking at you. And then the mid-boss tier is the ones that are good games. Goons Elite's boss. That's a thought. I'll run that one by Greg, British, but I think that might be it. Elites. That's better than mid-boss, and it kind of gets at the same idea. Beautiful. And then we're going to take stock and see if we can, based on playing like somewhere between 30 and 40 of the most notable beat-em-ups of the early years of the genre, can we define what this genre is in a satisfying way? I don't know. I'll be interested to see. Then it'll be Friday again, before too long. Friday Night Frosthaven. If you like tactical RPG combat-esque board games, or specifically if you like Gloomhaven and Frosthaven, we're playing Frosthaven. We're at the culmination of the Unfettered arc. We're in the Automaton Uprising scenario, and it's going well for us so far. But it looks like it's a tricky scenario, so who knows? We're going to give it our best shot. Someone on YouTube told us that this was the culmination of this quest was the most fun they and their friends, or specifically the reward for the quest, was the most fun they and their friends have ever had playing a Haven game. Wow, that's an endorsement. I'm excited. I can't even imagine what that might mean. So I'm really looking forward to finding out. And then, before you know it, it's Saturday again, and we're back in Sennaar, chanting away. The chants of the scientists this time. You know, the insane clown posse might not want to talk to a scientist, but I do. I want to talk to several. Figure out the way that they speak. See if we can learn the secrets of magnetism and stuff. Alright, well, that's it. Awesome. This was fun. I hope you had fun too. If you stuck around to the end, thanks for sticking around to the end. If you came and you left, you can't hear my voice, but I'm glad you stopped by anyway. So thanks for stopping by. And until the next time, when we all take the idiot's path together, take care of yourselves and be kind to everyone you meet.